He will use his powers as the true Star Warrior.
Because whenever we were first playing and, like, I was reading, I didn't read it as King Dedede.
You did Dedede.
I was like, King Dedede!
Alright, we return to The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening. And we are in the Color Dungeon. That's the bonus dungeon. Well, bonus from the Game Boy. Now it's just a plain old secret dungeon. Hidden in the graveyard. This is the easy one.
Oh, yeah.
That's the easy one. There's a third one that's just like,
I'm pretty sure I just hit them and got so frustrated that I just, like, lost my shit until... Like,
just keep smacking until it's
and then it worked.
Hey, that'll work. Alrighty. The music of this dungeon is actually a little Easter egg. So, it is the main dungeon theme from the original Zelda.
Oh.
Which played in all of the dungeons of the first Zelda game.
Okay.
My favorite iteration of that theme is actually from the television show. As goofy as that cartoon is, there were a couple things that I liked, and the music was one of them. Having, like, orchestral renditions of some Zelda classics. It certainly wasn't Link's portrayal, I'll tell you that much. Saved your life again, princess. Kiss me. Well, excuse me, princess. They really tried to make that a catchphrase. It's a wonder it only lasted 13 episodes.
What was it from? I know the quote, but I thought it was from Aristocats.
Which one?
Excuse
No, that's from the Zelda
me,
cartoon.
princess.
Yeah.
I swear it's from something else as well.
There might be something similar to it from something else, but excuse me, princess, is from the Zelda cartoon.
Oh, Lord.
That is, I think, the only quote that anybody that knows about the Zelda cartoon knows. Whereas the other one I know, because I've actually watched all 13 episodes, is, now you fool, hit them like this. And, like, Ganon is showing the Stalfos how to punch.
Oh, my God.
And he starts laughing maniacally as he's demonstrating. I love it so much. The show is, like, absolutely awful, but I really like how they took, like, 8-bit characters and made their own personality for them. And one of my favorite ones is what they did for Ganon. He's a pig, so the voice actor has, like, deep growls that fluctuate between loud squeals. So it's just... Link, I'll wait for you yet, you little fool. So I just think that's a very good performance. But no, Zelda is taken much more seriously than what the cartoon has to offer.
I love it. I had no idea that there were so many, like, video game cartoons.
There were,
like,
and Nintendo hated every single one of them.
I didn't know about Zelda. I didn't know about Sonic.
Sonic had some of the better cartoons.
I feel like Sonic would have been more suited for a cartoon.
Yeah. Like, Sonic had The Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which was just kind of like wacky fun. Sonic Sat AM, which was just called Sonic the Hedgehog, but people called it Sonic on Saturday mornings.
Yeah.
And that had a very dark dystopian where, like, Dr. Robotnik rules the world and he roboticizes everyone. He steals animals and he turns them into robots.
Yeah.
And they treated it very seriously that, like, Sonic leads a group of freedom fighters against Robotnik and his army. And then there was Sonic Underground, where Sonic had a brother and a sister, and they were chosen members with sacred instruments that could fight against the oppressive Dr. Robotnik. And then later on, we had Sonic X, which was like a Sonic anime.
Yeah.
That blended between both, like, I think the Game Boy Advance Sonic games, and then some of the more popular Sonic games, like it introduced Shadow and whatnot. Then after that, we had Sonic Boom, which was more comedy and meme-y, I'd like to say. And now we have Sonic Prime, which exists.
I know Sonic Boom is it's streaming.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like, I had no idea.
Sonic Boom was released alongside a video game that everyone hated.
Like, Sonic was one of the 3 video games we had. So, like, I'm kind of surprised that I didn't know it was a cartoon.
Kirby had an anime.
I did know that.
Yeah. I love the guy who voiced
Well,
King
I didn't
Dedede.
know that. You showed me that.
Oh, I got you. But he also had Meta Knight had a Spanish accent. So he was like, "He is now Sword Kirby. He will use his powers as the true Star Warrior."
Because whenever we were first playing and, like, I was reading, I didn't read it as King Dedede.
You did Dedede.
I was like, King Dedede.
How can I help you, King Dedede? Oh, here it is.
Dedede.
Just look at this. I need a monster that'll clobber that there Kirby.
Yeah, I quite literally think I just stood there and smacked them until it worked.
I'm just like, I almost got it, and then there's like all blue but one red. I'm like, you son of a...
Yeah.
How dare you do this
like,
to
I'm
me?
usually really good at puzzles and patterns, but these ones, I don't know why. I just, like, my brain just can't.
Yeah, my brain farted on this particular one. I think it was just because I nailed the one before that so easily.
Yeah.
The game was just like, all right, bitch.
We'll show you. We'll put you
right.
back in your place.
Try this on for size, big boy. See? Right there, and I'm just like, oh, shoot. Alrighty, we'll try something else, I guess. Oh, gosh, and gee willikers. But then there was the Donkey Kong cartoon. And I find the Donkey Kong cartoon to be hilarious. It has some goofy animation, and they sing a lot. But my god, the guy who plays King K. Rool is just hamming it up to the 9th degree. Like, there's this one scene where it's just like, King Rool, General Crump reporting. I have some news regarding the Clump. Didn't I tell you no news, no calls? Nothing until tomorrow. It's a bad feeling day. But sir, I need to listen, you incompetent cretin. I want to be left alone. That means no one, nothing, no interruptions. But sir, I'd like to tell you about the... Go away! Guess I give the crystal coconut back to Donkey Kong. The crystal coconut? Victory. Success. Why'd you give me the crystal coconut anyway?
My god.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. But my absolutely favorite moment is when King Rool is just like, Clump, go and grab Donkey Kong and get report back here immediately. I can't. Why not? I'm stuck. And he's in quicksand. But it's just like,
oh my god.
Why me?
So dramatic.
And the Kongs are pretty funny too. One of my favorite scenes is when Donkey Kong's like, keep it down, I gotta tell you something. So Funky turns off the plane and turns around and be like, alright, what do you have to tell me? What did you do? I turned the plane off.
I feel like it would probably be enjoyable.
I'll say this. The guy they got for Cranky is way better than whoever the hell the guy for Cranky in the Mario movie was doing. Like, in the show, it's just like, you fools! What are you doing to me? Trying to give me a heart attack?
Yeah.
Whereas there was kind of a weird delivery for the Kong Kingdom in the movie, and I was just like, why does it feel like this guy's just phoning it in?
He might have been.
He might have been. But yeah, I know in the bottom of my soul that is a terrible show. Absolutely terrible. I love it all the same. I find it so hilarious. I get my hardest laughs from that show.
Aww.
Oh.
Dun dun dun. This is safe. I'm safe.
Why don't I remember this one?
This is a hard hit beetle.
Well, I mean, he was optional, but
Oh,
you
okay.
did have to beat him to get the tunic. But how he works is you gotta keep firing at his, like, glass shell.
Yeah,
Because
until it breaks.
if there's a waiting period, he restores it.
I just,
Step
like,
back and take your time.
don't fully remember fighting him. I feel like I would have.
If you got the tunic, you did.
Yeah.
Just again, if you just, like, keep going at it and, like, you take the hits and keep slashing, he goes down in a few seconds.
Okay.
He's only difficult if you're trying to, like, pace yourself and be like, oh, don't want to
Yeah,
take
and he keeps
damage.
healing.
Want to block his attacks, he'll keep healing. But if you get on the offensive, no chance. Also, arrows, as you saw, damage him.
Yeah.
So he's out of here. All right, so now, the power of color. So what's nice is you can come back here and change. So I'm going to start with a powerful red male first. And then I'll come back for the blue male when I upgrade my sword.
Okay.
That's the strategy. So for now, la da da da, you got the red male. Your body is full of energy. Yes, my body is ready. So there we go. Now that we can do double damage, now we can continue our quest.
Let's do it.
Let's see what it's like
Feels
with the ghost.
weird to see him in red.
Mm-hmm. One of the things I hate about this government, everything's in red. But yeah, most enemies that take 2 swipes now take 1, and bosses are going to go down a lot quicker.
Nice.
Yeah. All in all, a good time.
Let's do it.
But I'm going to need the blue male for the final boss.
Okay.
Because, like, having better defense, I like
Yeah.
more. Especially once I upgrade my sword, because then you get the best of both worlds.
Right.
If you upgrade your sword, you do double
Just
damage.
throw a rock at Crazy's house.
Yes, I did. That's why her name's Crazy Tracy. 28 rubies, that's a steal.
I feel like this was, like, Nintendo's way of being like, prostitution.
The Playboy Bunnies.
Yeah.
So, another series that I know is big on that, to where, like, they censor it in America, is called the Puff Puff Girls in Dragon Quest. So they're these bunny girls that take 2 slimes and they massage you. But the context is, it's just like, all right, time for your Puff Puff. And the screen goes dark. And then you just hear...
I mean, that's even more suggestive.
Right. I'm pretty sure they removed it completely in the American version. Until, I think, Dragon Quest XI, I think that's the first one where the lights come back on and you see the 2 slimes just on your character. But yeah, it's a big... Like, in Japan, they're the Puff Puff Girls. They're in, I think, every single Dragon Quest in Japan.
Yeah.
And in America, it's just like, you can keep the girls, but there is no Puff Puff.
Which, like...
There is no Puff Puff in America.
You can keep the nudity. You can keep the suggestive nature. But don't you dare let that slime touch your
They're not
character.
nude, because again, they're just like Tracy. They just have the bunny ears. That's it.
Okay.
They're just girls in bunny ears.
Well, she's not wearing bunny ears. It's a bow.
It's a bow shaped like bunny ears, though.
Yeah.
Because bunny ears, I don't know if it's like a all around prostitute thing, but like in Japan, I'm pretty sure that is like a prostitute costume.
No.
The bunny. No?
No, so like being a rabbit or like the association with rabbits is because of how quickly their gestation period is.
Okay. Is
And
that
so they
why?
can reproduce rapidly.
So that's the connection to like the sexual innuendos.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think it was really popularized with the Playboy bunnies.
I got you. Okay. Well, Papa?
So I mean, it could be like a very common association,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think that's always like, if it's a rabbit, that's what the association is, because Usagi and Sailor Moon
I get
is rabbit.
that. In one of the earlier Zelda games, I think Zelda 2, there's a woman that's just like, oh, you poor thing, let me go in and help you out. And you just walk into the house and your health refills. I don't know if that was the intent, but looking back on it, I'm just like, what's going on there, Link? You're trying to save Zelda, and this woman outside is just like, oh, you look damaged. Come inside, come inside. Bloop, 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 bloop.
So, I mean, because I also know, like, Japan is very much about hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if, like, there's just a cultural disconnect where, like, everything in the U.S. is very sexualized.
Mhm.
So we see, like, sexy things where there aren't sexy things.
There is that, but I also know in Japan, like, their artwork is the way they can express that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because in society, it's very frowned upon to do any of that.
Right.
So they express it through their manga, their anime. Manga, sorry.
Manga.
Ah.
Manga. We sound like we're from Ohio.
They're mangy little comic books.
They're mangas that are backwards.
I'm sorry about that. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. The emphasis.
Put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Oh my gosh, I heard a woman asking for a
by the way, Wesker's fine. He ate shit at the end of the last episode.
Oh. Yeah, he was fine. He was laying on the landing.
I heard him pitter-patter, and I was just like, oh yes, of course. Because we were just like, I think we have
on the
to
edge
go.
Of their seat.
Our dog just ate shit. Because I turned, and I just saw his legs go, whoop.
Yeah. He does that a lot, where he's just like, F these steps, and just decides he can fly.
And I'm just like, buddy, you're not a pupper no more. Because he expressed that today when he jumped into the car.
Oh my god.
For his
walk.
We
took him to the park today, and he jumped into the
park
backseat like he was a baby dog. But then trying to get into the car after the park to come home, he needed a little bit of help.
Yeah. He was like, Mother, I need some assistance. See, it's kind of like what the fairies do, because when you visit them, they're just like, oh, you poor thing. Close your eyes and relax.
Yeah.
But it also shows you what's going on. It's like...
Right, it's not...
In Breath of the Wild, they blow you a kiss. They blow you a magical kiss. They go...
Right.
And like it's an enchanted wind, and all of a sudden your health is full and you're revitalized, ready to go.
I like to think that it's a cultural difference of hospitality and just expression of artwork.
In the words of Tim Curry, aw, you're so naive.
Yeah, and not that, like, go to a prostitute or a brothel to fix your woes. But I also am familiar with World War II.
Yeah, there is that. Well, the nice thing is, that was before... So here's the thing. The older Zeldas have a lot of suggestive things. As we get closer and closer to like Skyward Sword and Tears of the Kingdom, that stuff's out of there. Nintendo's like, we have a brand now.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
It's and it's so popular in other countries that like they can't do that. They can do that, but they would probably lose money.
Yeah, they'd prefer not to. Like at first, they're just like, controversy? As long as it makes money. Whereas now, especially now that Nintendo's dipping into like the social media and stuff like that, and they're aware of the controversies, they're just like, oh no, we're not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that piece of heart just lying in wait.
Sitting there.
Sitting there beneath the depths, waiting for me to grasp it.
Jump.
I'm trying to get the fish. I do not get the depth of field with these piranhas. I can never gauge when my sword is going to actually slash them.
Yeah, when it's
when
gonna hit the piranha.
Like, yeah, when
I
they're gonna
I thought they had to be
right
hit when
me.
they're like out of the water.
I know when I swing when they jump out, but like
and
they
it doesn't
like,
work.
Jump over, and I'm just like, hey, you joik.
Well, you've just had an electrifying conversation.
I'm going to this guy because I'm here for an upgrade.
Link's over here doing
Hey,
voodoo.
kid, you woke me up from a fine nap. Thanks a lot, but now I'll get my revenge. Are you ready? Okay, I'll let you carry more bombs.
Link's like, this feels funny.
You deserve it. Now look at all the junk you carry. Take care. See you again.
So yeah, now we can carry 60 bombs. Personally, I think that's a little overkill, but it's nice because now I don't really have to worry about bombs.
Yeah. I don't think that's overkill.
You can do that with powder, you can do that with bombs, and there's another one for arrows.
I think that it should be infinite.
Endless pie, endless pie.
There you go.
I don't know what I did differently, but it worked. Breath of the Wild has endless bombs because it has a cooldown meter.
Okay.
So you pull out a bomb, it detonates, and it's just like charging.
Yeah.
Another bomb.
I feel like I like the idea.
They changed that in Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, I like the idea that, like, you still have to find the bombs, or you still have to, like, collect them. I just don't think there should be a limit.
Oh, okay.
Like, you should be able to collect.
As many as you want.
Right.
Even if you can upgrade them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because, like, I don't know, why put a limit on it? I'm stupid, and sometimes I throw bombs at things when I don't mean to because I forget what button I'm pushing.
That's fair. Well, come here. I know you're a treasure waiting to be grasped.
I'm gonna get you.
And you're mine. I gotta say, those flippers definitely match the red more than the green.
I don't, because this outfit right now just makes me think of McDonald's.
Ah! Put a smile on everybody, come on. For a second, I forgot the catchphrase to McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
I went straight Burger King.
I almost did too. Or like, BK, have it your way. I had a super burger today. A super burger.
Super burger.
It was the good stuff.
I had spicy chicken.
You had spicy chicken. And it makes your stomach go...
I don't think that's what made my stomach go...
Just the timing was weird.
Yeah, because I also earlier in the day put, I think it's called gongchok. It is fermented Korean hot sauce.
Oh.
On my tofu.
Oh, did you
and
now?
on my cucumbers.
Okay, so you're going all spicy now.
I also put it on my dinner last night.
Ooh. Maybe you do have a spice limit.
I don't know, because it's like, with the fermentation, it's not...
My limit is when the spice hits my tongue.
It's not like it's overly spicy. Like, it's not as spicy as sriracha.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it definitely has that, like, tangy, fermented flavor.
Gotcha. Oh. Yeah.
It's really good.
Nice. Maximum hearts increased.
It was also in the chicken that I roasted for dinner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, then I didn't really notice it that much. So neat.
Yeah. It just has a really nice flavor, especially when paired with, like, oyster sauce and soy sauce and sesame oil.
Can't argue with that. But hey, look. I'm on my second row of hearts now. And we still got a few more dungeons left and a few more heart pieces to collect. I'm going for all the seashells. I'm going for all the heart pieces. And I think that's it. I don't know if there is anything else, but if there is, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I want all the seashells because that's how you get the perfect sword. The perfect cast. And I want all the heart pieces because it just looks nice with those two fine rows of hearts.
Rows.
Yeah. But anywho, on to the 5th dungeon. This is Catfish Maw. It's kind of got a little pirate motif going on for it. And the music sounds like Jaws. Well, it sounds like Nintendo's Jaws, to where it's just like, well, we don't want John Williams coming after us, so we're just going to make it just wrong enough. But here we go, level 5, Catfish's Maw.
We're back to the eyeball turkeys.
Yep. All right. Oh boy, I need arrows. I'm down to 3.
Time to start smashing some faces.
Now these little guys, they're called helmosaurs. They're little dinosaurs with helmets.
I was gonna say they look.
You can only hit them from the behind.
They kind of like look like hamsters that got their face stuck in a vase.
Aw. Nope, they're little lizards. Little prehistoric guys.
Little lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Not to be confused with Dodongos. Those are also like prehistoric lizards.
Name that movie. So,
Okay.
your lizard looks a little limp. I mean, what are you gonna do? You can't do it all.
Oh, Charlie. Charlie. Oh.
He's just sleeping.
Robin Hood Men in Tights. Come on, I know that one. Well, you'll see they cut off his tongue because he went...
I have this magic pill that will save your life. Pulls out a lifesaver. Wait, I've changed my mind.
We still have to see Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. And also The Adventures of Robin Hood, because those two movies are what Men in Tights is a parody of.
I'm just wondering if I'll like it as much because I love Robin Hood Men in Tights so much.
You won't like it
that
as much.
when I see it being played seriously, I'm going to be like, what is this shit?
Well, there's a couple perks. Number 1, Alan Rickman plays the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Yeah.
Number 2, Morgan Freeman plays Azim, who in the show is a Chew.
Yeah. Son of a sneeze.
Yes, exactly. And The Adventures of Robin Hood has the proper final sword fight with the shadows that they make fun of. But in the actual movie, like, there's this iconic shot where, like, you just see their shadows dueling for a bit, and it's really cool. So yeah, a combination of each.
Because it's like, I know where the gags are, and, like, I can understand that they are gags, but I just love them so much.
Oh, I do too. But, like, I just think it would be funny if you saw, like, Latrain's actual character be, like, a scary witch.
Cougar. If I were you, I would never do that again.
Yes, there's her. There's also, Alan Rickman, like, is dressed like the Sheriff of Rottingham.
Yeah.
Like, he has the same exact outfit, but, like, it's more sinister and scrappy.
Unlike other Robin Hoods, I can speak with an English accent.
Exactly. So, yeah, we have that. We have 3 Robin Hoods to watch. The 4th one, it's okay if we miss it, but it's fine. We have The Adventures of Robin Hood. We have Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. We have Disney's Robin Hood. And then we have Ridley Scott's Robin Hood. With Russell Crowe as just like a rugged old...
Oh, God. I do love Russell Crowe, though.
The problem with that is, like, it's kind of like an origin story, and it takes some liberties to where, like, he's not Robin Hood, the, like, steal from the rich and give to the poor. He's like Robin Hood, the retired crusader or whatever. It's it's just weird. It's like
Well, I mean, I guess
Kingdom of Heaven in Nottingham or something like that.
Technically, like, that is the time frame. Like, his brothers died in the Crusades.
Mm-hmm.
My goldfish Goldie. Eaten by the cat.
My cat choked on the goldfish. Oh, it's good to see you, sir.
Oh, it's good to have you home, Master Robin.
It's good to have you home, Master Robin. But, also, apparently there's, like, a BBC series of Robin Hood that's not only pretty popular, but I learned that, Guy of Gisborne is played by Richard Armitage, who voices Trevor in the Castlevania series, and is also Thorin Oakenshield of The Hobbits. Okay. I'm just like, I've started to really like that actor recently. Yeah. I would watch it for him. He plays Guy of Gisborne. All right.
Yeah, I'm open to it. Again, it's like Robin Hood for me is very similar to like the Three Musketeers, where I'm like,
we watched that recently.
Yeah. Whereas I'm not going to actively seek out like, hey, let's watch it.
Yeah.
But I know if you put it on, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm probably gonna enjoy it.
I'll remember that. Like the Three Musketeers movie, the end credits song is a Bryan Adams song.
Oh, of course.
It was just a thing in the 80s. 80s fantasies ended with a love ballad of Bryan Adams. I don't know why it was a thing, but apparently it was a thing.
People were just expecting it.
Whoop, here we go. Here's our sword fight. Behold, the Stalfo's night. So what you gotta do is, oh dear, there goes the day. And then detonate a bomb.
Oh, my aching bones.
Oh, my joints. You shouldn't do that for me, kid.
See, I always picture, like... enemies like this, you always get them, like, a deep, raspy voice, but in my brain, they're from Minnesota.
Oh. See, I always go for, like, the Michael Wincott.
What'd you get in the sword there, don't you know?
You're right on time.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
You're gonna hurt yourself. Wait for him. Wait for the wind up. And then
I do think my favorite type of villain is either like the absolute psycho,
Okay.
or already forgot the title of the game you were showing me with where they first started using AI.
AI.
Not AI. Like facial recognition. Like
you. I'm out of here.
that kind of focus. We just watched the trailer with the sword.
Fuck. Now I'm like blanking. I guess we'll have to find out in the next episode.
In the next episode. Toodles!
Was
We
it the
literally
Baldur's Gate one? Or was it today?